Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. On this week's show, we have a look at whether Alphane is the world's easiest 9A boulder, Stasa Gejo sends her hardest ever boulder, and of course our usual 9A Roundup. And if that's got you psyched, there's a special deal on training gear on the Epic TV shop. So that special deal will reveal later on. But first of all, Hugo, we haven't done this for ages.
I know.
I can't remember the last time we doubled it up.
True. I think it was a couple of months ago.
Yes.
I've got it noted in my calendar.
Do you?
Yeah. It's a highlight of the year for me.
I must have just deleted that. I've got many calendars. It's complicated. Right, I'm starting off with bouldering news.
True.
Will Bosi on a 9A.
Bouldering Bosi.
Bouldering the BB. Go B. Sometimes hard boulders see a lot of action from wannabe repeaters, and Sean Rabbitou's 9A boulder Alphane has seen its third ascent, with Will Bosi sending the boulder. He was originally working it with Sean and more recently Aidan Roberts, who also climbed it a few weeks ago. He spent 10 sessions working the boulder, but so far is reluctant to confirm the grade.
Hi, I'm Will Bosi, and I just climbed a boulder called Alphane. It's a 9A that was put up by Sean Rabbittou earlier in the year and is flipping incredible. It's like a pretty long boulder, I suppose. It's located in Coronico in Ticino, and it comes up this huge steep block. It's about 9 moves of really hard climbing, which the first 4 being around 80 plus into the next 5 being about 8C. And then you finish out this amazing like crack line out the side of the boulder, which is around 70 plus and quite long. So in the end you do like 20 odd moves. It's like a pretty big line. I had an absolutely incredible time trying it though. The moves and the climbing are so fun because it's not like a sort of what you expect a like super hard boulder to be. It's not just power climbing. There's so much technique and learning involved with each move. So the process of working and slowly getting each move down, and then from not being able to do them to kind of getting it, and then being able to like link it multiple times in a session was awesome. And then eventually sending it, I couldn't believe it. I'm genuinely so happy. And I mean, about the grade, obviously 9A is big proposal. I don't feel like I have enough experience at the top end to truly say. It's definitely up there as one of the 2 hardest boulders I've done. I think this and Honey Badger, my first ascent in the UK, are definitely like pretty neck and neck in my eyes. I don't know if either of them, maybe they're both really hard, maybe they're both not quite as hard, but I think they're both really cool. And so we now basically just came on the trip just to try Alphane, and last sort of week I've just been chilling, trying different blocks and enjoying being out here in Ticino.
Will Bosi drama. Who'd have thought? That's the guy that steers away from drama, and he's getting it.
He's getting it. The temptation is for us to be like, grade controversy. I don't think it's quite that. Okay, because I
think it is.
Okay, it might be great controversy.
I think it is. Come on.
Well, I bumped into both of them at a Red Bull thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were going to go and work it.
Yeah.
It's from everyone I've chatted to about that boulder.
Oh, that was before he sent it?
Before he sent it.
Okay.
So Aidan was in the car, and I was like, where's my interview you said you'd send? He said, oh yeah, I'll send it. Still hasn't said it. But everyone who's talked about it has said it's a really different type of boulder. It's long.
Yeah.
So I do think it's harder to grade because it's just some people are better at that endurance style.
Yeah.
When you compare like Burden of Dreams or Lapnor, God, I can never remember what it's called. Which one is it? Burden of Dreams? Lapnor.
Hey, about Burden of Dreams. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I always like
project.
have a thing that messes my head up. Like that's like, a couple of moves savagely hard. This is much longer, less hard moves. But so Will is saying basically that he did another 8C plus he thought was harder.
Like physically harder, wasn't it? Is that not what he said?
Yeah, for him it was like more difficult than Alphane. But he's kind of on the fence. We don't know. We've only had 3 repeats.
Yeah, it's interesting because Daniel Woods did a problem recently, and he said it was either like 8B plus or 9A sport kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
And I guess this is kind of like a longer route, and even the way that he talks about it, Will Bosi in his Instagram post, it kind of sounds like he's talking about sport route.
Yeah, I mean, I think
like
it's
he breaks
that
it down, doesn't he? He's like, and then he red pointed it, and then it sounds like a sport route the way he's talking about it.
And Adam Ondra told me, I'm name dropping here, that he reckoned like 9B plus sport routes had sort of almost 9A boulder cruxes sometimes in them. So this could be like an example of that, you know. It's like a weird crossover. I don't know.
So do you think like that silence, that the crux move is like a 9A boulder?
I don't know.
No could idea.
Be. It could be. Oh, he sort of implied that to me, and I was like, I didn't really push him on it because I didn't really know what he was talking about, because I was like, that can't be true. Otherwise, like, why isn't everyone sending 9A boulders? Was this just like
a general conversation you had with Adam Ondra?
Yeah, I always try to get Adam to talk about grades.
You like trying to like hold your phone up really to record it.
Hey, Adam.
So what are you saying about a 9A boulder on the sport route?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we'll see. So no controversy, but debate.
Okay, nice. We're off to next. Where are we going? You tell me.
Fionnay, Clément.
Clément Lechaptois. Clément Lechaptois has climbed the system, an 8C plus boulder in Fionnay, as reported by 8A.nu. He tried the climb between 15 to 20 days, but often in bad conditions. However, as conditions improved and Clément practiced the moves more, things started to unlock.
It's silly season in Switzerland.
Yeah, Fionnay in particular seems to be a very popular place to go. But Clément Lechaptois, he loves that place, doesn't he? He's got lots of big fast ascents there.
Yeah, he does. He's done a lot in Chamonix as well. Do you remember like last summer, I think it was either this summer or the summer before, he came to Cham and did like every hard boulder that never gets repeated in Chamonix. Like he's one of those, he seems to find weird stuff to do.
Did he do all those new ones that they were developing?
In Cham? No, yeah. he did during COVID, people went and repeated like some really hard 8B pluses around Cham, because it was like, where do we go and do it? And then he went and did those. But he has that eye for odd boulders. I'm not saying this is, but it's, he's one of those.
Yeah, definitely. 8C plus, that's pretty hardcore.
It's pretty full on, isn't it?
Yeah, big time.
Right, I've got more bouldering news, this time from Fontainebleau. On a recent trip to Font, Stasa Gejo had her sights set on her hardest ever boulder, an 8B plus called Mechanique. She had tried it on a previous trip, and luckily I was there filming it. So let's see Stasa's reaction when she got down.
Come on. Nice. Good.
Yes!
Woo!
Oh, exhausting, man. Usually when you send something, it just feels easy and you flow. This was the fight of my life. Like, I swear, I froze 2/3 in. I couldn't feel my fingers at all. And I came up there. I was like, I don't think I can do this. It's like I have no sensation in my fingers. There's no chance I'm holding this. I don't know, I can't.
Hardest ever grade, yeah?
Hardest ever grade. My first 8B plus. Longest one, definitely.
So yeah, I was in Font just climbing, and then with her obviously, and then she was like, "Look, can you film?" So I've actually got this ascent on video.
Okay.
I don't know where it's going to go.
Okay.
It's probably going to go on my channel, probably, because it's quite vloggy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was cool for Stasa because she. What I love about Stasa is, and she'll probably hate me for saying this, but like the night before she sent it, she had at least 2 very, very strong beers. And like she's like Stasa's one of those athletes who just like. She's super dedicated, super hardcore, but she's a normal human being.
Yeah.
That's why I love her when she pushes her own grade, and she's a normal human being and badass. So it's cool.
I think there's definitely though a theory behind being slightly hungover for something important.
I wasn't saying hungover. I'm just saying she drank some strong beers.
But I used to have like friends back in uni days who would like intentionally go out and get like proper on the smash the night before of an exam, so that during the exam they could be really focused.
Okay.
Because they found when they're in a hungover state, that was like when they were in the most focused state.
Right.
And I kind of like, I remember playing that when I used to play rugby. If I had a couple of beers the night before, I'd kind of be in like quite a focused state the next day.
Okay.
Like not really caring about my body, just like going for it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe like that's it with Stasa. She had those 2 strong beers, didn't think too much the next day, sent it.
That was it. Someone once sent me and I can't remember why or where it was, but they were saying how like if you're hungover, and she wasn't. I just want to clarify, she really wasn't. I'm saying she got home, had a beer, went to bed, did all the things.
Absolutely smashed, and the next day she sent the hardest bowl she's ever sent.
But someone sent me a thing saying that like, when you're dehydrated, you haven't got obviously a lot of water in your body.
Yeah.
So you are actually a bit lighter. So maybe
that's it. Maybe that's a theory.
Just before a World Cup or someone, they should just like the night before neck a bottle of vodka, go climbing the next day.
Yeah.
And just send.
I mean, you got to test it. You got to like just do different levels of smash just to see what is the optimum amount.
Do you remember when we used to
Maybe
get
Stash is that's after years of experience. She's like 2 beers. I'm going to say the next day.
Do you remember when we used to get into trouble because we used to do this new show with beers and then everyone
I
hated
know.
it? I feel like we're bringing this back.
Yeah, no, I could really do with a beer right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
We used to have like just like an ongoing 6-pack in the fridge that we topped up. Okay, so next up, we've got some very interesting news from Saint-Sazaire in France. We love hearing about 12-year-old Theo Blass. He's already climbed 9A, and although his most recent climb isn't at that level, he's just unsighted Bord du Lèvre, an 8A plus in Saint-Sazaire. This was reported on 8A.nu, where apparently he didn't know the grade of the climb before he set off, and placed all the quick draws on the ascent. So Theo Blass, I think we titled one of his videos, "Is This the Future Adam Ondra?" And I think, you know what, he's fulfilling to a certain extent that prophecy.
Well, he beat Adam Ondra, didn't he? First, the youngest person to climb 9A ahead of Adam.
Yeah.
So we are future, what's it called? When you predict the future. We predicted the future.
Predicted the future, exactly. Yeah. I quite like the idea of a new genre of sport climbing being you're not allowed to know the grade before you start climbing it.
Yeah, just see what happens.
I just see what happens.
Yeah. He didn't. To be fair, he didn't think it was like a 6C. You know, he knew it was in the 7C plus 8A, 8A plus range, but he was still just like, let's have a go.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
very cool. Right, we've got many 9As, so let's get cracking on the 9A roundup. Jonathan Segrest has climbed the 9A plus Flex Luther at the Fortress. Although after 2 recent ascents where 9B was suggested, Jonathan thinks it's more like 9A plus. A first ascent called A Star Is Born has been climbed by Enrique Blasco, and he's given it the grade of 9A. He had to wait for good conditions to send this tricky line.
Sticking with first ascents, and Daniel Fortes has climbed Excelsior 9A+. He bolted the line and made it his priority this year. Andrea Cellaris has climbed Pure Dreaming in Arco, Italy, a 9A+, and he's still only 13. He did the line Puro Dreaming earlier in the year and needed 8 more days to get the link up into Pure Dreaming. We spoke about Theo Blass. Andrea Cellaris was almost the youngest person to do a 9A, but I think it was Pure Dreaming, and that's 8C plus 9A.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of been like...
But he's could be the next Seb 1.
The next new.
Yeah, the next Evan Agasolfi.
Is that what the title show? Is this the next Seb 1? Tiny little clip.
Yeah, there you go. But he is like, we don't talk about him enough. Theo Blass gets a lot of airtime from us, but this kid, this 13-year-old, hope you don't mind me calling you a kid, Andrea. Technically you're not. You're an adolescent.
Pre-teen.
But no.
No, he's a teen, isn't he?
He's
13.
a teen now. He climbed 9A. He's now climbed 9A brackets plus.
Yeah.
At 13.
Yeah, I didn't put slash.
He's only just a little bit older than. He's just exactly. It could be slash.
Hate slash.
Yeah, same. I quite like brackets though. Brackets is more like more of a hint.
Yeah.
Whereas slash is more like
stupid.
So indecisive.
Yeah, I hate it. Get off the fence. Jonathan Segrest shooting himself in the foot from 9B, and that means that we're probably going to have very little on the 9B counter. But let's find out. I've been honestly a bit behind on this one. I know some guys still put in
Tyler.
Tyler is still
the hero.
on it. Yeah.
Who we need to send some merch.
We do, yeah, absolutely. You
Tyler,
should get it.
DM us with your address.
Your deets.
And we'll hand deliver it to you.
Talking about merch, a lot of people are asking me about stickers, EpicTV stickers.
Yes.
You're the man in the know. Is there any? Are you going to get any?
I mean, to be honest, I haven't really had that request before, so we haven't got any, but I'm sure we can get some.
I think it'd be amazing. We could.
Who's asked you?
Almost everyone. Literally,
really?
They're like and they go up. Then they're just like, "Hey, how are you? Do you have any stickers from EpicTV?" And I'm just like, "No."
All right, I'll get the marketing team mobilised.
Yeah. Okay,
and we'll try and get them on it.
Cool. Well, that's it for the 9B counter.
Okay, so shubbity shop stuff. So you said there was a deal of the week about training.
Yeah.
There is indeed a deal of the week about training. There is 10% off, a discount code for a selection of climbing gear. If you click on the link in the description, you will be taken to that climbing page. And there's lots of great stuff in there. Hangboards, free hanging stuff, chalk. Lots of just like training apparatus.
Yeah. And it's the time of year.
It's winter, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You need training stuff.
Yeah.
Just stuff that you can just hang up wherever and just be like, watch TV and train. That's two of my favorite things combined.
I'm a podcast trainer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have to have something going on.
In the
ears,
head,
No, I narrate my own podcast. No, yeah,
exactly. That's not a bad idea for a podcast.
It's a brilliant idea. Yeah, we could.
I'm training right now. I feel really
a lot of panting.
A lot of panting. But you could just be like, all right, today's podcast, I'm going to train. I'm going to talk about this.
Yeah.
I'd listen.
Right, would you?
Well, I was training.
I don't know if you would. Maybe you start.
The discount code is
Focus 10.
Focus
all in
10.
Capital letters 1010.
Yeah.
It should be obviously on the website as well, I think.
Yeah. If you just go and then you pick a selection, add it at checkout, and you get 10% off that. So good deal. Well worth checking out.
Very good deal. Right, are we contenty stuff? Yeah, we are, aren't we?
Mijas. First up, we've got. Let's talk about Red Bull.
Yeah, shall we? Okay, so Red Bull Dual Ascent, huge dam, 6 pitches, hard climbing, world-class athletes. We released the finals highlight from our perspective the other day. Check out this teaser. So I've made myself into the final waiting area for the media, which means the athletes get to come directly up underneath us. Exciting final pitch, and it's been made harder overnight, so who knows what's going to happen.
That's a good sale.
It was all right. It sounded exciting.
I love that video. That was a good video.
Yeah, it was cool. It was the weirdest thing I've ever been to, and it's mainly because it's like you don't know whether it's spectacle or competition. They start miles down, they climb up to you. It was interesting, and we've got more videos to come as well.
But I think that video, like it tells the story of the competition quite nicely. Like the way you comment it. Means that you kind of get an understanding of like, oh, they're there. And because you focus just on the final rather than doing like the whole resume, I think you could like, it's quite interesting to see how it all kind of came together.
Cool.
And the fact that it's so tight at the end, I'm not going to tell who wins, you got to watch the video, but it's so tight at the end. Maybe that should be the title of the video.
It's so tight
at the end.
Final. All right, fair enough. We'll get some views. You just bigged me up, but like the next content is camp, isn't it? Because you and Terry went to the factory.
Yep.
Love a history video, love a factory video, machines, all of that.
Yes.
It was cool.
Oh, let's check out the teaser.
So what are they doing with this shaft? Because it looks different than this one.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, we start from a tube of aluminum, of a special aluminum called ergal, and we do some operation on a CNC machine. So for instance, we are going to remove some material here to give the final grip to the ice tool. And also, we make this secondary operation where we basically remove part of the material on the shaft to make the ice tool lighter.
CNC stands for Computer Numerical Control, which basically means the machines are programmed by a computer, and this particular one is a water jet milling machine that allows a very high and constant grade of precision.
I always like seeing behind the scenes of like how things are made.
Yeah.
That story of how it's evolved over the years, I think is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's all metal and slamming stuff down, cold pressing, hard pressing, hot pressing.
There's a laser
cutting. I mean, it's
for everything.
Oh, so much. I mean, I wish I'd been like somebody working in the factory. I love that the DMM one we did a while back. Still like, I'm amazed that they're all like, it's all kind of like
the hot forging and stuff.
Like guys just doing that. Amazing. Like, I like it.
I couldn't do it, but
no, I think you'd have to like you have to have a certain level of concentration.
I worked in a factory once. I was packing. I packed spices from a conveyor belt into a box for 8 hours at a time.
Wow.
I don't know if they're telling the story, but I used to have 5-minute breaks. You start at 4 a.m. in the factory, a 5-minute break. I used to go to my car, turn on Radio 4.
Yeah.
I never listened to Radio 4.
5-minute break.
For 5 minutes, and just have something that wasn't packing boxes.
Were you not allowed to listen to music?
No music.
Like
I did everything. Apart from being up here. I couldn't.
Minimum wage?
Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was savage.
Did you have to like wear one of those funny hats?
Yes, hairnet on, and I've been put off the smell of like spices forever. I can't. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, because it's those little Schwartz packets ones. Remember them?
Oh, like the Chinese 5-spice.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
all
like?
that, like, you know, paprika and all that. And it just came out of the machine. I put it in a box, pushed it on.
Oh my
There we go.
gosh.
Off on a tangent.
That is depressing. 4 o'clock in the morning.
There was various shifts. It was like an early, middle, and a late.
What would you do for the rest of your day? Go
Hate
to
myself.
bed. Watch daytime TV.
Yeah, just like wait for the next 4 in the morning.
Wait to go to bed at 7 o'clock in the
Exactly.
in the
My brother got a
afternoon.
job in the same factory and he came back and he was like, it's amazing. I was like, what? And he was like, they let me drive a forklift. They never let me drive a forklift.
No way. He got the good job.
Apparently so, yeah.
That's amazing.
There we go.
Wow. It's amazing that we, like, every show we seem to find out a little bit more about your past. You're
Yeah.
a child actor. You should watch
True,
that show if you
yeah,
haven't done that one.
Yeah.
You worked in a factory.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating stories, Matt. You should write an autobiography.
Even I'm not that arrogant yet. When I'm dead.
Yeah.
You can
that's-
write it.
Yeah, right with you.
Thanks, man. That's it, yeah?
No, comment of the week.
We got to sing as well.
Yes, we do have to sing. Do you want to sing first?
I'll just go for it, really.
Comment of the week.
Very good. To stop us doing that, please send your videos to
Have you
climb at epictv.com.
Have you checked the email recently?
I did. There's
So
nothing on
nothing.
it. Nothing.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So I've lost it, obviously, because I always lose it. Okay, here we go. So this is from Oscar Palencia. And he just says, please no more channels with people talking about the other peoples. And then you've actually commented, but we did it first. Now, I was confused because I have no idea what he's trying to say in that comment. I did watch the new show, but surely anything involving people is people talking about people.
People talking about other people.
So how do we do the new show without talking about people?
Talk about other people's. We could just talk about ourselves.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
I think we just need. He wants us to talk about ourselves,
Oh, there we go. We did it.
which is fine. We could talk about ourselves.
All day.
I don't know if I could manage all day. I'd probably run out after
Just
about
about
5
myself?
minutes.
No, I don't think I could either.
I'd start falling asleep listening to myself.
Yes, I agree. But anyway, Oscar, we did it. Thanks, mate.
Oscar, if you want, I mean, that as an idea for a show, just me and Matt talking about each other,
About peoples.
is good. Right, my one, I had a good one, but then I scrolled down to see yours one. I thought FFA equals first free ascent, referring to routes that were previously climbed with aid, by Chris Cox. Maybe there's 2 FFAs.
Yeah, he's right, isn't he? 'Cause
First
there's a-
female ascent, first free ascent.
Yeah.
This goes back to our conversation about whether there should be a first male ascent. What do you think, Matt Green? Because I actually kind of thought about it mid-show and I was like, that's a really good point. Why don't we have first male ascents?
Okay, I don't want to get too
You don't have to. You don't have to. You're not walking into a trap. Don't worry. This is a safe
It is a
space.
trap.
No, you won't feel judged, other than the people in the comments.
Yeah, and the internet. I don't know. I've honestly, I've spoken to so many people, and I really have, about first female ascents, including very recently with Sasha.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to me, the women who have an opinion on it, and everyone seems to have a different opinion. For Brittany Goris, we have an interview coming up with her, I think, next week.
Yeah.
She changed her opinion. So, there's lots of opinions.
But do you think there should be a first male ascent?
I don't really feel like there should be male or female ascents. I sort of
Okay.
feel it should just be.
Do you reckon the
First
people that
ascent.
think there should be a first female ascent also think there should be a first male ascent?
The thing is, it's called a first female ascent, isn't it? Because we need to bring more, we need the media's response, and everyone's responsibility is to, big up women's climbing, so
Yeah.
more women do it, so more come into it. So I understand why we do that, and I think it works for that. So I have no issue with it. But no, I don't think we need a first male ascent, no.
I think we do.
You think we do?
Yeah, I think we've got to have equality, no? Like if there's a first female ascent, but then is a first ascent, regardless of whether it's by a female or a man, just a
Yes.
first ascent, and then.
Was
So
there an FFFA if it's a first female free ascent?
Well, yeah, exactly. No, but for example, so if Sasha Julian comes along and climbs a 9A sport route and it's the first ascent, is that the first female ascent or is that the first ascent? I mean, technically it's both, I understand that, but do you reckon she'd come away going, that was the first female
I think
ascent?
first female ascent implies it's not the first ascent. Because it's saying it's the first.
Yeah.
So I don't think no. So if she does a first ascent, it's just the first ascent. But if
And
she
then
repeats
if Daniel
it,
Woods then comes along and
he's a first repeater.
but he should be the first male ascent. This
gosh.
is my point.
I see what I do. I get it. But I disagree.
But no, I've never heard of first male ascent.
Neither have I.
I mean, I'm going to start
Where does it
championing
stop?
this
Do you have first
thing.
goat ascent? I mean, those ones that climb up over the mountains.
Like when Adam Undra comes along and climbs it, you mean?
That's good. What? FGA. Who knows? Tell you what. Comment down below with all the abbreviations for things that should be things.
Best abbreviation gets featured in the next week's show.
Yes, but you can't just write letters. You got to say what it is and then abbreviate it.
I've got one more thing to talk about.
Yes.
Competition.
Oh, yeah.
Right. There's a competition climbing happening this week on the EpicTV Climbing Instagram page. You have to go and you've got a chance of winning camp ice screws and ice axes.
Awesome.
Very cool little kit. Just go along, tag your friends and yourself, and follow all the pages. We'll put the links below.
Okay, there you go. Go win some stuff. We'll be back in some kind of combination. Who knows? Next week. See you soon.
Bye.